program that was established to help people get more in touch with their feelings and truly get some rehabilitation.
I am Gladiator Goliath. I am Spartacus.
I'm Prince Hamlet of Denmark.
Alright, so let's talk about the film Sing Sing. This is a film that I've been wanting to watch ever since it had its premiere at Toronto Film Festival last year. The film got acquired by A24 over there and it was finally released, and let me tell you, this is one of those movies that I think is so important and crucial, not just for film or for the arts, but I think for us as humans, and seeing through the lens of men and anybody who has been so unjustly served by the justice system sometimes. And I wanted to discuss this film. So before we get any further into it, let's go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We are on the road to 35,000 subscribers. Let's talk about the film Sing Sing. This is a film that is directed by Greg Quedar and it is co-written by Clint Bentley as well. Based on the real life Rehabilitation Through the Arts program at Sing Sing Maximum Security Prison, the film centers on a group of incarcerated men involved in the creation of theatrical stage through the program. The film stars Colman Domingo and Paul Raci alongside many of the real-life formerly incarcerated men who were themselves alumni of the program during their incarceration, including Clarence Divine I Maclin and Sean San Jose. So we do have Colman Domingo here starring as John Divine G. Whitfield. You do have Clarence Divine I Maclin starring as himself. You do have Sean San Jose as Mike, Paul Raci as Brent Buell, David Depp Guirati, Patrick Prem Griffin, John Adrian Velasquez as Blaze, Sean Dino Johnson. Those are just some of the actors involved in this film. So let me tell you, when I went into this movie, it was one that I already knew it was going to be a very heavy film just from the trailers. And so watching this film, I really found myself really holding a lot in it as you're watching it, because there's so many moments here that just feel so strong with the performances delivered. Let's get the first thing out of the way. I think Colman Domingo is one of our best working actors today. I think Colman delivers every time he's on screen, but this one is something different and special to me, honestly. I think that you really get a sense of the amount of raw talent that Colman has through his energy in delivering some of the lines in these moments where he's just acting with his facial expressions and really giving a performance that is an all-timer. Honestly, I would be surprised if Sing Sing doesn't sweep some awards in the coming months, because this is one of those films that I think is just near perfect when it comes to the production, when it comes to the way the camera's set up, to the actors are its core. Honestly, it takes it back to basics where you have these group of people who are putting on this performance, and what makes it hit so much heavier is that so many of them are playing themselves. This is who they are. This is the situation that they're living in or lived through, and now are showcasing it to the world. It's a very vulnerable and strong performance that these men are giving, and I think that the way that it was captured was so immensely powerful as well, and one of those films that I think I will never forget. I really did enjoy this film a lot. So like I said, the film revolves around a small group of incarcerated men inside Sing Sing Correctional Facility, which is one of the most infamous maximum security prisons, and they're gonna put on this play called Breaking the Mummy Code, which is based on a true story that did happen. They interlace at the end the real life imagery of all of that came to be, and on top of that we have these actors who are finding a new way to find their humanity while being stuck in these very inhumane situations, and it gives you a better way to look at things. And we had a Q&A panel after the film with some of our locals who are doing things to help these incarcerated men currently in other situations sort of find a second chance, a second life of sorts, push through this stigma that comes with being a felon after and all of that. And I think the film does a great job in really showcasing that these men are deserving of second chances, that they want to come out from where they were and be somebody else now. And I think that it was such a great way that Greg Quedar directed the film and the screenplay as well. But the story, of course, comes from Clarence Maclin, who is in this movie as well, playing himself. And I think it is just such a very strong film. It is based on the Sing Sing Follies, which is by John H. Richardson. And you do have John Divine G. Whitfield as well, helping with the story, which is the character that Colman Domingo plays. Well, there is a performance from Colman here that I think is just going to go down as one of the best performances that we've seen from an actor. And there's so many touching moments as well, and one in particular, I really was holding the tears, and that moment just happened, and it was just something that they were able to bring to life that felt so raw and so powerful, and I just completely broke down. I do think that this is one of those movies that so many people need to see. I think it's an important film, not just about this corrupt system that we have as well, but also seeing the humanity in so many people and seeing the situation that drives so many people to these consequences that happen ultimately because of the effect that the way our system is built and all of that. So overall, I think Sing Sing is a great film. I definitely do recommend everybody check it out if you can. It's currently playing. It's limited release though. I don't see it playing in many places, but this film will probably come to streaming at some point, and I think that it's one of those films that if you have the chance to sit with it, definitely check it out. It is a heavy film, I will tell you that, so be in the right headspace for it all, and I think that this is one movie that should not be missed at all. We'll definitely be hearing some awards coming in for this film once award season kicks off. Colman Domingo is going to be at the forefront, and I'm not surprised, and I'm saying it now, Colman winning Best Actor is not out of the realm of possibilities after seeing this performance. And I would even bet to say I think Colman deserves it, and I still have a ton of movies to watch, right? But I really do believe this is a very powerful film. I don't have much to say about it, like any negatives, to be honest. I gave it a perfect score. I thought it did what it needed to do. It got its message clear, and it was one of those movies that I think is just going to be a movie that's going to be remembered for time. It is one of the movies that I think will be added to the National Registry at some point. It is a very important piece of media that at the same time has some amazing performances from the actors. It is well written, it is well directed, and it's just important, and that's all I have to say about it. I've been wanting to talk about it for some time now, and I'm getting through some of the reviews for some of the movies I've watched, and this was one of the ones that I wanted to get out first. I will also have a review for Didi as well, so stay tuned for that. But this movie, if you have a chance to see it, if it's playing anywhere near you, just see it. It is so powerful, it is so strong, and I do want to discuss it more once it releases other places and I watch it again. But Sing Sing is a 5 out of 5 for us here. Let me know what you think about it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 35,000 subscribers, less than 3,000 to go. And as always, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.
What part do you play?
From time to time, I do act, like we all do.
So are you acting at all during this interview?